Hey, good Monday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, and you are probably wondering, like I am, will winter ever quit in Michigan? The answer is yes. It's just the question is when, and I have to start it off with the news on a Monday morning that winter doesn't quit in what I'm seeing for the next 10 days. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be terrible. It just means that I think we're going to average colder than normal here over the next 10 days. And remember, the positive news on that is that the average temperature is going up 1 degree every 2 to 3 days now. So we're really gaining power from the sun as it gets higher in the sky. And eventually that takes effect. But sometimes you know how cruel the weather can be in March. Fortunately, right now, we don't see any blockbuster storm, at least for this week, but let's get to it. We do have some snow in our forecast, and I would call it minimal. There's a burst of snow along a cold front moving along I-69 southward. This is probably a 1 to 2 hour batch of snowfall moving through Grand Haven and Muskegon and Grand Rapids right now. Ludington and Walker. Good morning, Deborah. You're probably getting some snow now, but it's only got about a half hour left or so. And then down through the Lansing area. Here in Saginaw, we're not even seeing snow on the east side of Saginaw, and then some snow showers up to the north. So that's the deal today, is that this cold front will move through. And here is the radar forecast. Good morning, Norma Jean Giroux. So, forecast through the late morning into the afternoon, the snow showers move into the southeast part of Michigan. And you can see the colors are not dark blue, so it's not a real vigorous snow shower activity. As we get into the afternoon, we can pop up to 35, 38, and so the spurts of snow showers can have rain showers occasionally in them, but again, not very well put together. Okay? Just isolated areas. And we go through the evening, and the same deal. Actually, some lake effect developing, but again, not put together, although you can find an inch or two. Yes, Katie, more like a dusting today? Yes, I would say less than an inch is what I would call it, but a dusting is pretty good. And as you get into the afternoon and the temperature pops up to the mid to upper 30s and southern lower, then you'll see it go away too. Here is the total snowfall forecast through midnight tonight. And again, you can see most areas less than an inch. Again, I think there could be a fluky 2-inch patch somewhere in here. This model shows it through Bay City, Bay County, Gladwin, Aranac County. I wouldn't necessarily say it would be that way, but it shows you that there's a potential for a spot to get an inch or two on some lake effect snow. As far as temperatures go, 39 Grand Rapids, 39 Kalamazoo, eventually this afternoon, 37 in Lansing, 38 in Detroit, 39 in Ann Arbor. Hey, throw out an emoji on this. What do you think? Are you liking the slow warm-up, or are you not liking the slow warm-up? Oh, I see a thumbs up there. So someone's still liking this kind of wintry type weather. Linda wants to know, will we be getting snow in the first part of April? Right now, I would say the weather pattern looks a little more like winter than spring into the end of March. So the first part of April, unless it flip-flops, which the pattern has been doing about every month, unless it flip-flops, we could still have some a wintry day or so in April, so be careful. I'm seeing the emojis that are mostly thumbs up at first. Now we're getting the sad emojis. There we go. Bob Clark is actually throwing out the mad emoji. Okay, Keith says, heavy lake effect falling in free soil at the moment, 3 inches and counting. Okay, thank you for the update. So, over here, right in here, this is a pretty vigorous band is what Keith is saying. Now, a lot of folks are loving this type of weather too. I'm seeing a lot of hearts and a lot of mad faces. So I guess it's a all or nothing type thing. So again, here's your temperatures. If you do get some snow on the roads late this afternoon when temperatures pop up above freezing, the roads should improve. Even in northern Michigan, 32-ish, and the UP around 30 degrees or so. And we got to look into the future. Kimberly Ammons Inks wants to know, is Jackson getting snow? Yeah, you'll get that inch or so burst to come through the area in the next couple of hours. Now, what you're seeing here on this map is the temperature anomaly, so deviation from normal. So we're going to look out 10 days. So say today's normal high is 41 degrees. If you see the green and the blue, that means you're colder than the normal. If you see the reds, it means you'll be warmer than normal. And that's the way it'll work with this whole animation here. So we're going to start it tomorrow. And you can see the cold air is taking over the eastern half of the country. Someone mentioned come to Florida. Well, Florida is going to be better than here, but it does look like it's going to turn quite a bit colder than it has been, running, maybe 10 to 15 degrees colder than normal. Will we get 50 degrees in early April? I need the ice to melt off my pool so the pool liner can be replaced. Yes, even in April, early April, if we're colder than normal, the average high is in the lower 50s, so a cold day in early April is a high in the low 40s, and you'll have a tough time having that often. So I think you're pretty good there. All right, so we're going into Wednesday. As far as the temperature anomalies go, the cold pocket drops into the southeast part of the country. If you're heading to Florida here, you better take some sweatshirts and some sweatpants. And then as we get into the weekend, it stays on the chilly side. Now, this model earlier had tried to bring the warm air in, but I don't think it's going to happen because there's a blizzard out on the East Coast, and it's kind of dominating the upper airflow and keeping us into a northwesterly flow. And so as we go into the weekend, we're colder than normal. And then we're into early next week. And we may have a few normal to slightly warmer than normal days. And then as you could see, the next cold pocket building up to the north. And all indications are there that we are going to have another cold pocket up here dropping southward. So we're, I guess, kind of on the verge of feeling like spring, but Mother Nature and Old Man Winter just wants to hang on with a little bit colder than normal weather. I feel like I say it every year in March. Just hang in there, folks. And I have to remind you that this is really the best thing for Michigan's fruit crop. A cool March, delaying the bud development. If you have high value, tender landscape plants like rhododendrons, azaleas, some people try that and can get away with it in southern Michigan. Some of the other ones, fruit trees, you definitely want a cool March. And I know the average person, most of you do not want a cool March, but it's probably in the long run better off. All right, I saw a lot of emojis. I think it's mixed still. That surprises me. I think it's mixed. Winter lovers and spring lovers. I thought the spring lovers, I thought you'd just come out and pound the emojis of madness on this case, talking about the snow and the cold here the next few days. So everybody take care. Be careful. You can find a few slick spots, but if you use your common sense, I think you're going to be okay on the travel today. And I'm going to sign off for now. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. You have yourself a